Hello everybody, this is Pat with Villain Views, and today we're looking at Houston's Traders Village, and in there we went into several stores, but we're also going to Bryson Games and Hey Bro Video Games. If you don't know, Traders Village is kind of like a flea market that has a lot of stalls, and the longer you're there, the more likely you'll have a enclosed spot. So when we first walk in here, to the right and left, we've got some spots that have enclosed vendors. So these are vendors that are a little more established, been there for a longer time. And we walked through quite a few. We actually used to have a spot here in one of the open slots. Open air slots is what I mean. And obviously this is not a place that you would go and, be in any way untrained looking for higher value items. But if you know what you're collecting, you know the things to look out for when you're looking for fakes or Chinese knockoffs, then feel free to come out. There are legit vendors that come out here, and these folks have legit product as well. A lot of times it's guys who are getting their first start and they're trying to get into the industry that they enjoy, and that's what we tried to do when we went out here and had our stall. But this first vendor that we went through had a lot of sealed Pokemon stuff. They had some slabs, they had singles. He also had some pretty interesting figures that I hadn't seen before that were a little harder to find, and I actually went back later and kind of researched some of them and figured out, oh, this is a product that I completely missed in a genre that I like. A lot of rare anime DVDs, stuff that you would have a lot of hard time finding nowadays. But one of the pluses, of course, to a place like this is that you get that feeling of searching for something and finding a treasure. This is a cowboy apparel store. A lot of decent product I've bought from these vendors several times. I'm a Texan, so I love everything in the store, really. Anyway, this is Bryson Games, and while we were here, they had a ton of product. We gave these guys a 3.5 out of 5 on the Villains scale, and they are a regular plunder of ours. They had games for just about every console. They had lots and lots of binders. They're pretty good. One of the things about this store specifically is that for me, it's very hard to see the games that are in the back on the wall, and so unless I know exactly what copy of a game I'm looking for, it's pretty hard to see. And so if I like to look at games and see them and search them and maybe find something that I didn't know I was looking for. They did have some rare consoles, and I thought the consoles were very nice. They were very neatly displayed. The owner wasn't in initially, but as we came back a little later and we were looking at singles, he had come in, and he's been very nice and helpful in the past, and he was in this case too. Lots of stores like this that do have knockoff product, but it was just really interesting to see. This is one of those enclosed areas that has open stalls for vendors to set up. This was an interesting vendor. He had a lot of sealed anime figures, a lot of statues in the case there. He had some sealed Pokemon product, lots of pops, just really interesting stuff we didn't see all the time. But, it looks like at one time he had tons and tons of pops, and he's had an opportunity to kind of sift through some of that. This is one of my favorite vendors at Traders Village. It's something about the way that he displays his product. It's kind of fun for him, I'm sure. But he has a lot of unique, older, antique toys, and he places them in a way that really makes it look like anytime you're looking at something, you are kind of having little mini treasure hunt while looking, and anyway, it was just really nice because every little turn you're like, oh, there's one of those and there's one of these. And I'm sure this drives my wife insane. She cannot handle a lot of this all the time. She prefers organization, and I completely understand that. But it's kind of nice they put figures of the same size kind of next to each other, and so it kind of still feels uniform and organized. It's not enough to just make her go, no, I can't go into that store. It's too crazy for me. But a lot of interesting little things. They had Godzilla figures kind of poking out of the corners, and they had horror figures and tons of stuff, Hot Wheels, just about anything you can imagine there was. And of course we're looking for very unique antique toys. Very similar store here, a little different booth, but very similar store. Lots of Toy Story. The Toy Story 5 was just announced, and so there were a lot of people trying to capitalize on the popularity of that. This store's a little more organized, which it probably makes my wife's brain a little happier, but it makes it actually harder for me because I'm not just searching and sifting through everything. But if you've got a little thrift in you, this is a great way to get that out and enjoy yourself. From here, we went to Hey Bro Games, and we gave this a 3 out of 5. This store needs a hero. They do an okay job. The problem that we have with this store is that while I can see all the games that are on the wall, and it makes it easier for me to kind of sift through and look through, it didn't seem like the staff knew exactly what was going on. And there's a lot of people, so I'm completely understand, but on the flip side of that, you really do have to train your folks to not have to ask the same person over and over and over again the same question. It just slows down the whole process and makes it difficult. They did have a little clearance section, which I like. A lot of video game stores don't have that, and they don't take advantage of that thought. They did have a lot of high value games here. One of the things about this store that I've noticed is their video game prices are a little on the high side. And again, I've talked about this before. That is not a reason to give a store a bad review. It's just something to be aware of as you're going into the store. They did have a lot of product that I find hard to find at other places. They had a copy of Evolution for the Dreamcast I was very interested in. This is one of my favorite stores at Trader's Village as well. We were really low on time. Trader's Village was about to close when I filmed this, so I was walking at a very brisk pace. I apologize for the jumpy video, but they have had a lot of antique Jurassic Park toys that are really hard to find. A lot of sealed stuff, as you can see here, horses, and just a lot of stuff that's together. Very well organized store. I'm always on the search for antique Digimon toys and Pokemon toys that I remember from my childhood, and my wife is a huge Jurassic Park fan, and of course I'm also a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, so I'm always looking for older Sonic the Hedgehog stuff, specifically the Dreamcast and Adventure series. But really enjoy this store. I kind of like how all of their furniture kind of to have their figures is all completely different, but they managed to make it all mesh and work together in a way and display all of their things for sale in a way that is just easy for a person to come in and look at and view, and it is piled to the ceiling. From here, we went to a store called Game Hunters. We gave this store a 2 out of 5, which on the villain scale is scarcely worth the effort. This store does have some harder to find VHSs, minifigs, higher value games in this case coming up here. These guys have video games, cards, plushies, of course, that we just talked about, pops. One of the things about this store is it is sweltering inside. It has been that way every time I've been here. They have a little portable AC, a little fan, and it's not doing much to help clear out the heat in here. One of the things about this store, I will say this time they've picked up. It's usually a little dirtier here. And I get it's a flea market, can't be perfect all the time, but for us the biggest thing is that we almost never get asked, hey, how are y'all doing, do you need help, is there anything you're looking for in particular? And for us that seems to be kind of the bare minimum of customer service required of a store of this caliber. For our entire Traders Village Houston experience, we gave it a villain score of 4 out of 5 and would sabotage again.